the Beijing Olympics.
Well, I don't know if it's that exciting, Al. After all, it's curling on radio.
Yes, Jim, but today it's mixed curling. Men and women teams from Norway and Britain.
Spoiler alert, I bet Norway wins.
And here goes Bruce Moe out of Britain with Jen Dodd doing her best to clear the ice for the stone.
Looks like more of a pot to me, Al. Wait, he's having her do the sweeping? Can't wait to see how sexist Twitter thinks this is.
It's just part of the sport, Jim.
Not after cancel culture gets a hold of it, Al.
Ooh, he couldn't bump out Norway, so...
Norway wins! Clean sweep. She better work on those broom skills.
Oh, come on, Jim. Just stay tuned for more radio coverage of the Beijing Olympics.
That hopefully won't involve household cleaning tools. Who sponsors this, Cedar?
Yeah, you heard at the Olympics they're testing for COVID with posterior swabs. And you've also see that they are really running those Cologuard commercials a lot. The one where the little box guy sitting there and urging you to get your test concerning colon cancer. But they're now getting a little more pushy.
Hey, guy, I'm the Cologuard box. So, did you get your colon screened yet?
No, I haven't.
Well, that's why I'm here. Let me open up my box and let you do your thing.
Well, actually, I was going to get a colonoscopy this month.
Oh, well, you don't have to do that. Weird drugs, they stick things in you. You might like it. Why don't you let me handle it?
I don't know, Cologuard box. How's it work?
It's simple. Just poop in the box, and I'll do the rest.
Don't I have to place a sample on a slide, then put it in the medical pouch for shipping?
Nope. Just poop in the box and let me enjoy myself.
Enjoy yourself?
I mean, rush off to the lab right away. Now come on, let's get pooping.
But we're at a public swimming pool. Let's go inside.
No, poop now.
Cologuard is a safe and effective way to screen for disease. Ask your doctor if Cologuard is right for you.
Are you going to watch me while I do this?
No. But do you mind if I film it?
Yeah, no kidding. There you go. All kinds of freaking sick sons of... They're out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're dealing with it here.
Well, here's a classic roommate clip. A girl in her bedroom recording a video, and then her roommate, who's outside the door, starts giving her grief about some missing pizza rolls. So she lets him ramble on until he's finished, and then lets him know all that was recorded. Here we go.
Okay, so this one is really for the girls. Okay, so...
Hey, Caitlin!
What?
Have you eaten any pizza rolls since the night that I made those pizza rolls?
No.
Okay, so listen. I'm keeping track of how many pizza rolls we eat on the fridge because I took 36 of them hoes out the other night, and the bag tried to tell me there was 100 in there, which means that there would be 64 rolls left in that bag, and I'll tell you what, it looked like about 40. So if I find out that there's only like 70-something rolls in that bag, we're calling Totino's, and we're leaving them a very strongly worded message. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Where did that go? Oh, here we go. All right, well, we've now heard the headline news, but of course, what about the not headline news?
This is not headline news. The NFL Pro Bowl was played yesterday in Las Vegas. The winner? Anyone who didn't watch it. Vladimir Putin fell asleep during the opening ceremony of the Olympics. For a second, everyone thought he had poisoned himself. And federal agents arrested a Home Depot employee for stealing cash and replacing it with counterfeit money. The agents did what you and I can't do. They went into a Home Depot and actually found an employee. This is not headline news.
Yeah, that Putin thing, him falling asleep, that was during the introductions, and Ukraine was being introduced, so apparently he was just faking or, nodding off because he didn't want to acknowledge Ukraine.
Yeah.
Supposedly that's what that was about.
Let's see.
And I've been in Home Depot, man. You can't get the employees off of you. I don't know what store he's going into.
Firefighters in Illinois delivered a baby in the parking lot of Jimmy John's when the parents couldn't make it to the hospital in time during a snowstorm. I bet they were wishing for a bright, sunshiny day, don't you? I would think they did. Oh, did somebody say bright, sunshiny day? Oh, my God.
Everybody's smiling, sunshine day. Everybody's laughing, sunshine day.
Little Brady Bunch. Anyway, they couldn't make it to the hospital in time. Here's Chief John Stratton breaking down what happened.
Once I got him into the parking lot, I opened the door up and started an examination of Mama. And notice we're having a baby. I wrapped the baby up. We cut the cord. Dad cut the cord. We let Dad cut the cord, which is cool. And we took the baby into the ambulance from there. It was really nasty weather out there, and it made that day turn into a sunshine day.
Well, how old would you say middle-aged is?
Well, what's the average? You take the average.
I'm in today's
age.
terms.
Well, if you're
European.
78 is the average age, 76, somewhere in there, so half of that. So you're right in the 30 to 40, 35 to 45 age group.
No, I heard that middle age under the new standards is now 55 to 75.
All right, well, I don't know.
Prior to that is
standard.
early adulthood, and then 85 and up were senior years.
Well, what standards are we? Who developed the standards?
It's just an article I read yesterday.
Oh, all right. Well, I have to read it. I don't understand what their criteria are. What's their measure of?
They're making it so we don't sound as old.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, this is the thing where 70 is the new 50 kind of thing. All right, well, fine. But if the average age limit is what are we down to, like 74 now or something, aren't we, in the United States here?
I dropped a fraction, yeah.
Yeah, it keeps dropping. Thank you, Biden and COVID lies. But in any case, yeah, if you're just going to take a numeric look at it, and the average age is 76, half of that would be, you're in your middle age. You're approaching the middle of things, and then you got to have a range because people live to be hundreds, and lots of people don't live to be middle aged.
Yeah.
So,
Well, the reason I kind of brought it up was that Disney, a video was going viral of a grandmother being surprised at Disney World on her 70th birthday. Well, it doesn't sound old anymore. And she was surprised by her entire family when she was getting a picture snapped of her. The grandmother's children and grandkids appeared out of nowhere and joined the shot. Here's the moment that Cassera Schaefer and the rest of the family surprised her grandma by rejoining in the picture.
Grandkids, everybody get in there.
Where's the baby?
Everybody get in there. We got it.
Say happy birthday!
Okay. You know how those old people are. Very, very happy.
Well,
Us young people, we don't have we don't get quite as
there
excited.
you go. Some people, man, I've known a couple of guys, man, they were well into their 60s, man, and still running marathons. Those kind of guys are out there, and God bless them if their body allows them to do it. Mine wouldn't. I mean, about 50 years old, I kind of hit the wall on doing a lot of things like that, man. Knees and ankles and hips just don't work that well anymore. For me,
Yeah.
other people, yeah, they're out there.
I keep sticking them with needles, and we keep going. Shaun White is just he's competing in the Olympics, of course, in snowboarding. He's well known for that. In fact, he's sponsored by Red Bull. And Red Bull literally built him his own snowboard tunnel to practice on up in the mountains, and supply him with a helicopter to go back up and down, back up and down.
Jeez.
It's a tough life. But anyway, he says he's done with competitive snowboarding altogether.
I think I've decided this will be the last competition. Usually after the Olympics, I don't compete much after the games because it's just so much to get here. It's, so much pressure and so much weighing on you. And then finally that relief is so wanted and needed. But yeah, I think this will be my last, it will be my last competition, which is pretty special too.
Yeah. Hey, that's a lot of work. If you're going to compete at Olympic type levels.
I always wonder when it costs so much money to prepare.
Yeah.
Are you getting the best? Because you get the best of those who've got money.
Well, that's true too. Yeah, in a lot of cases.
All right, coming up on 8 o'clock, we're going to be back on the backside of all the latest news, sports, and weather. Currently 30, I can't get it in time. We'll tell you the weather shortly.
An area of low pressure will bring moisture into North Carolina today. Areas well to the west and north have the potential of seeing freezing rain early as temperatures are below freezing. As we head throughout the rest of the morning, we're going to see a warm up. Look for a transition into all rain throughout the day. Highs heading into the upper 30s and mid 40s. Tomorrow is going to be a milder day with a lot of sunshine, highs in the low to mid 50s. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sandhills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. As French President Macron heads to Moscow for talks with Russian President Putin, in Washington, President Biden welcomes Germany's new chancellor to the White House.
Chancellor Olaf Scholz says Germany stands alongside the U.S. and NATO in opposing any Russian aggression against Ukraine. But he's been criticized for refusing to supply lethal weapons to Ukraine or bolster Germany's troop presence in Eastern Europe. Germany has also come under fire for its heavy reliance on Russian natural gas and a pipeline long opposed by the United States. Greg Clugston, the White House.
His independent streak on full display. Senator Joe Manchin tells CNN State of the Union that he is not a Washington Democrat, but rather a West Virginia Democrat who admires some of his GOP colleagues. Manchin has run afoul of the Democrat establishment over the past year, refusing to toe the party line on a number of big issues, including the hugely expensive Build Back Better plan. The talk is growing louder, talk of ending remaining COVID restrictions around the country.
The matter of lifting restrictions has received a new burst of political attention as Republicans push to scale back measures such as mask mandates. Virginia's new Republican governor, Glenn Youngkin, has drawn attention at an American Civil Liberties Union-backed lawsuit from parents over an order making masks optional in the schools in the state. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell said last week more broadly that it is, quote, time for the state of emergency to wind down. On the Democratic side, Denver Mayor Michael Hancock lifted the city's mask mandate and proof of vaccination requirements for businesses. Bernie Bennett reporting.
The mayor of Canada's capital city declaring a state of emergency as protesters opposed to COVID restrictions continue to paralyze downtown Ottawa. The Freedom Truck Convoy has attracted support from many U.S. Republicans, including former President Trump. Wall Street, Dow futures up 33 points, NASDAQ futures 37 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
The following is not an actor, but a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
The credit card debt happened when my daughter was born. I was using one credit card account to roll over into another credit card account, and it was snowballing.
If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976.
When I first called Trinity, the representative understood the need based on the situation. They were great people to work with. From the first phone call that I made, they had me on a track to mitigate the credit card debt.
Trinity will consolidate your accounts into one easy-to-manage monthly payment, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands.
Working with Trinity gave me the ability to save thousands of dollars. My name's Doug, and thanks to Trinity, I'm debt-free for keeps.
Call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976.
COVID cases across Asia are soaring following a major holiday.
Many Asian countries are facing a spike in COVID-19 infections after the widely celebrated lunar holidays as health officials grapple with the Omicron variant and expectations the numbers will continue to rise in the coming weeks. The New Year, which is China's biggest holiday, was celebrated across Asia on February 1, even as pandemic restrictions in many countries kept crowds and family outings to a minimum. In Hong Kong, authorities are confronting record virus cases that are straining its so-called zero COVID policy. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Authorities in Greece vowing to toughen rules governing soccer supporters associations in the wake of a fatal attack last week on a 19-year-old man stabbed and severely beaten by a gang of youths in the northern city of Thessaloniki. 9 people have been arrested in connection with the February 1st attack. News and analysis, townhall.com. It is dramatic proof of just how important the job of school crossing guard is.
Officials say quick thinking by a Maryland police officer has saved a middle school student from being hit by a car. Corporal Annette Goodyear of the Northeast Police Department was directing traffic at a crosswalk when the student entered the intersection. But the officer quickly realized an approaching car was not going to be able to stop in time, and she pushed the youngster out of the way. The officer herself was then struck by the car. Corporal Goodyear taken to the hospital with minor injuries and later released. Jason Walker reporting.
An Israeli newspaper says police allegedly used spyware to tap the phones of former Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's son and members of his inner circle. The paper publishing a series of recent reports alleging that police used sophisticated spyware. More on these stories, townhall.com.
As our economy gradually reopens, remember to support local.
Know you're doing the right thing and stay proud.
Be a part of the greatest comeback of all time with Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
Fields Plumbing and Heating and Air Conditioning customers include the military, federal, state, and local governments, hospitals, and school systems, as well as many independent businesses. We stand by our services and products, and as a result, we are proud that our business comes from repeat business and customer referrals. Fields Plumbing and Heating and Air Conditioning also serves many residents in Moore and surrounding counties, and we have been in business for 70 years. Call 910-949-3232. 910-949-3232.
Carolina Power and Generators knows that protecting your home is always top priority, and securing a dependable source of power is a simple yet important way of protecting what's yours. Just think about it. Just one power outage could potentially cost you hundreds, even thousands of dollars, from flooded basements, frozen pipes, spoiled food, and more. The generator guys at Carolina Power and Generators can help you protect your biggest asset with a whole home standby generator. It's simple. Your whole home standby generator comes on automatically when the power goes out, while you stay safe in the comfort of your own home. Call the generator experts today at 910-241-4677 to schedule a free in-home assessment, or visit generacnc.com. Carolina Power and Generators, 910-241-4677.
Aaron Cooper here with Cooper Ford. To say the past year and a half has been tough is an understatement. And it's during these times that we truly value the community in which we all live in. At Cooper Ford, we continue to do all we can to pour support back into the community, because taking care of each other is what it's all about. And that's why we won't have any market adjustment stickers or any of our new Fords like so many other dealers. We believe in fair and honest pricing and have from day one. So please come see us here in beautiful Carthage, or visit us on the web at cooperford.net.
Cooper Ford, working hard to be your hometown dealer.
Did you know 80% of Americans think pre-planned funeral arrangements are a good idea? At Pines Funerals, we encourage our community to have a plan in place to take care of those you love, so that your final wishes are observed. Call 910-947-2224 or visit us at pinesfunerals.com today to request free planning information and see why more families prefer Pines. Pines Funerals, in association with Fry and Prickett, Kennedy, and Powell Funeral Homes, serving Carthage, Robbins, Southern Pines, and surrounding communities.
Is your village, town, community, or HOA in need of road repairs? Being proactive is the key to staying ahead of the curve and implementing an effective asphalt repair program. It can improve efficiency and reduce citizen complaints. Give Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services a call at 910-673-1318 to see what they can do for you. In addition to their normal asphalt paving, asphalt overlays, crack sealing, seal coating, and striping, Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services has also implemented its asphalt patching operation through the use of a pothole patch truck equipped with a heated hopper. The patch truck can keep hot mix asphalt for a period of 72 hours, thereby extending the life of the asphalt from 1 to 2 hours with the dump truck. Call Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services at 910-673-1318, 910-673-1318.
Does your security system have the most up-to-date features available today? At Guild Security, we offer the latest technology, including interactive services that allow you to remotely arm and disarm, control lights and thermostats, lock and unlock doors, interact with guests at your front door, and view live cameras. For a free security analysis of your current system, call Guild Security today at 433-2868 or visit us at guildsecurity.com. Guild Security, a Residio premier security dealer.
NCN News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. A winter weather advisory has been issued for several counties in the Western Triangle, Triad, and Foothills this morning because of winter weather. A light icy glaze is possible on trees, bridges, and elevated surfaces, making for a slick commute. WXII meteorologist Brian Slocum is in Winston-Salem.
Bridges and overpasses this morning. The formula, the ingredients are all in place. The air is below freezing. We have wet weather falling through it. So light freezing rain is expected. Light glazing a possibility. This will be a relatively short-lived event.
Russian troops in Belarus have moved closer to Ukraine's border, and they are now about 30 miles away. The U.S. says Russia could invade Ukraine any day, but Moscow insists that it has no plans to do so. CBS's Imtiaz Tayeb.
Those intelligence reports which warned of mass casualties and the displacement of millions have set alarm bells ringing across Europe as Ukraine remains caught in the middle.
A new report from ApartmentList.com confirms Asheville has the most expensive and fastest growing rent of North Carolina's 10 major cities. Anna Zuskaya is executive director of the Asheville Buncombe Community Land Trust.
Definitely intensified over the past 2 years, of course, since the beginning of the pandemic, but most recently, especially in this last year, we've really seen an uptick in those inquiries about rental housing and about people getting displaced.
The Havelock Police Department is investigating after 2 people were found dead in Havelock on Sunday. No one has been arrested. Britain's Queen has marked an historic milestone.
I'm Vicky Barker in London. Church bells pealed across the land as Queen Elizabeth became the first British monarch to reach 70 years on the throne, launching a Platinum Jubilee year packed with celebrations for a beloved monarch.
You're listening to NCN News.
You may get infected by COVID-19, but you won't get as sick if you're up to date with your vaccines. COVID-19 vaccines and boosters protect against severe illness, hospitalization, and death. Make sure your family is up to date on their vaccines and boosted. They're tested, safe, and recommended for everyone 5 and older. And they're free, even if you don't have insurance. Don't wait to vaccinate or get boosted. Find vaccines and boosters near you at myspot.nc.gov.
Schools all over North Carolina have improved their STEM education offerings and are saving energy from the NC Green Power Solar Plus Schools Grant. And your school can too. The 2022 grant period is open now. Recipient schools receive an educational solar installation, a weather station, a STEM curriculum, and teacher training. Any North Carolina K-12 school can apply for a Solar Plus Schools Grant. Learn more at ncgreenpower.org. Act now. The application period ends February 28th. Apply at ncgreenpower.org.
3 men convicted of murdering Ahmaud Arbery are heading for a second trial in federal court. CBS News correspondent Anne-Marie Green has that.
Jury selection will soon be underway in Georgia for Ahmaud Arbery's convicted killers. They're facing a federal hate crimes trial after a plea deal fell through last week. The Justice Department charged Travis McMichael, his father Gregory, and their neighbor William Bryan with hate crimes and attempted kidnapping of the 25-year-old. All three men are serving life sentences after their convictions in a state trial last year.
Salt marshes in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia are struggling to cope with the effects of sea level rise. Dr. Brandon Puckett with the North Carolina Division of Coastal Management points out marshes are rich with young fish and crabs.
You may have seen the bumper sticker, no wetlands, no seafood, and that's the idea. Without our wetlands, without our salt marshes, the womb of our coast, we don't have the seafood we like to consume and that our coastal economies also depend on.
A man died from an early morning shooting in Rocky Mount. Police identify the man who was shot and killed Sunday morning as 33-year-old Antoine Armstead. It took years for the law to catch up with a home improvement store worker who had been helping himself to wads of cash.
A Home Depot employee in Arizona has been charged with swapping out real $100 bills with fake ones, but not before allegedly stealing more than $387,000 from the till over a 4-year period. Secret Service says Adrian Jean Pineda was a vault associate in charge of counting money from registers at a store in Tempe and placing it in sealed bags for deposit at the local Wells Fargo bank. Officials finally caught on when they noticed a large number of bills with the words play money in place of serial numbers. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
A winter weather advisory is in effect for some of our north and far western counties. We are tracking early freezing rain to give way to all rain throughout the day as an area of low pressure brings a lot of moisture into North Carolina today. It's also going to be a chilly one. High temperatures are going to struggle this afternoon, heading into the upper 30s and the mid 40s, and by tonight falling into the upper 20s and mid 30s. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Right now here in the Sand Hills area, we have some light snow. 35 degrees, humidity 91%, 2.32. Solar radiation 18 watts per square meter, pressure is 3001, and winds northeast at 3, gusting to 7. It is 8:14. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Monday morning. A fire in Southern Pines Saturday night left the home with significant damage. The home is located in the 500 block of South Henley Street. The blaze broke out just after 8 p.m. When firefighters arrived on the scene, they found flames showing from the back corner of the home, and everyone had safely evacuated. Firefighters attacked the flames from outside and inside of the home. The fire was out with a short period of time, but not before it had done significant damage to the home. Southern Pines had several blocks shut down for traffic while fire crews worked. The Southern Pines Town Council appointed a new clerk, Beth Robertson. During its meeting on February 2nd, Robertson has worked for the town since January of 2015 and was appointed deputy town clerk last spring. She's been serving as the interim town clerk since the position was vacated last fall. In her role as town clerk, Robertson's primary duties include updating and maintaining the town code, archiving the town's legislative history, administering oaths, and executing various town documents. And deputies responded to a shooting at an Express Mart in Cumberland County in Fable Saturday. Upon arrival, officers found one victim with a gunshot wound. That person was taken to the hospital for treatment. There have been no arrests made as deputies continue to investigate the incident. That's your latest local news from the WEEB News Desk and the Sand Hills Sentinel. And, of course, you can go online to sandhillsentinel.com for more information. It is 8:17. Sports is next, right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
The Morning Sports Report is brought to you by Hughes Supply of Pinehurst. With over 50 years' experience, Hughes Supply can handle all your plumbing project needs from start to finish. Call 910-295-5541 or visit them online at HughesSupplyPinehurst.com.
NCN Sports. Good morning. I'm Tony Rixby. A couple of Triangle area ACC women's basketball teams posting big wins on Sunday. Number 24, North Carolina, rolling past Miami, 85-38, one of their biggest margins of wins in many years. Meanwhile, Duke edged Wake Forest, 81-76 at Cameron Indoor Stadium. The Miami Dolphins getting a new coach. Here's Tom Merriam.
The Miami Dolphins have named San Francisco 49ers offensive coordinator Mike McDaniel as their head coach, making him the first minority candidate to get hired so far this offseason. The multiracial McDaniel replaces Brian Flores, who was fired and subsequently sued the NFL for racist hiring practice.
Justin Herbert hit Mark Andrews with 2 touchdown passes, leading the AFC to a 41-35 victory over the NFC in the return of the Pro Bowl in Las Vegas. Herbert won the Offensive MVP award after passing for 98 yards, finding the Baltimore tight end for 2 touchdowns in the first half of the Chargers star's first Pro Bowl appearance. Joey Logano won the exhibition Busch Light Clash on Sunday on a temporary quarter-mile track built inside Memorial Coliseum in Los Angeles. The race was made for TV and intended to hype NASCAR's upcoming season that will be beginning at Daytona. The defending Olympic champion is out of the slalom. Here's Steve Futterman.
Michaela Schifrin came here to Beijing with gold medal dreams. Those dreams will have to wait for another day, though. Schifrin missed a gate at the start of the giant slalom, knocking her out.
If you do any small errors, you really can't get away with that. So, as you can see, I got the worst of it in that turn.
Schifrin's Olympics are not over. On Wednesday, she'll compete in the women's slalom. She is one of the favorites.
Steve Futterman in Beijing, and you're listening to NCN Sports.
Alternative Power knows more is happening at home now than ever. And when a winter storm causes your power to go out, life is disrupted. A Generac automatic standby generator from Alternative Power guards the home against blackouts caused by weather of all types. Financing options are available. And act now for a free 10-year warranty. Terms and conditions apply. Gain peace of mind with a Generac automatic standby generator. Alternative Power, North Carolina's Generac experts. See more at alternativepower.com.
If you or someone you know has been the victim of a crime, the North Carolina Department of Public Safety Office of Victim Services is here to provide support. The office provides a range of free, confidential services to help you regain yourself, receive compensation for damages incurred, protect yourself and your family, and move beyond the stigma of being victimized. Visit ncdps.gov/4victims. That's ncdps.gov/4victims.
Let's go back to the Olympics, where the U.S. Olympic team has added to its medal count. Here's Denny Kapp.
Team USA picks up its 3rd silver medal of the Games, doing so in the figure skating team event, which was won by the Russian Olympic Committee. A stunning end to the women's giant slalom for defending champion Michaela Schifrin. She was disqualified after missing the 5th turn and crashing during her first run. More disappointment for Team USA in men's snowboarding, where defending champion Red Gerard was denied a spot on the podium, finishing 4th. And American Darian Stevens placed 8th in qualifying to join the 12-person field that will compete for medals in the women's freestyle skiing big air on Tuesday morning in Beijing. I'm Denny Kapp.
In men's top 25 college basketball on Sunday, number 6 Houston beating Cincinnati 80-58. Number 15 Providence over Georgetown 71-52. Maryland fell to Ohio State 82-67. Tony Rixby, NCN Sports.
The greatest comeback of all time is underway. Remember to shop local businesses. A reminder from Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
Hey, this is Steve Leader Adams. You know, for many years, I've had arthritis in my right shoulder. I was at the point that surgery was the only option. Then I discovered pressure wave therapy, available at Wright Chiropractic in 7 Lakes. Pressure wave therapy is a machine that concentrates pulses of pressure waves into your joint at a rate of 2,000 pulses per minute. The treatment is non-invasive and there is no downtime. Pressure waves help your body restore blood flow to your damaged joints and can even remove bone spurs, and works on almost any joint in the body, including knees, hips, feet, and elbows. I've gone to only being able to raise my arms from 90 degrees to a full 360-degree motion. You can live pain-free too, without going under a surgeon's knife. Give Dr. Sharon Wright a call at Wright Chiropractic in 7 Lakes. 910-673-2225. That's 910-673-2225. 2225.
The best in-store service, unbeatable prices, locally owned. Hi, this is Katherine Phelps. Joe and I are the new owners of your local Sears hometown store. We're creating relationships and helping our customers make an informed buying decision is our business. The month of February, all home appliances are up to 30% off and extra discounts with your Sears card or 12 months no interest. And remember, we lease to own every day. Shop your locally owned Sears hometown store in the Town and Country Shopping Center, Aberdeen.
War Dogs Army Surplus is Moore County's largest selection of Army surplus. They buy, sell, and trade Army surplus, and they'll match any legitimate offer from competitors with a price match guarantee. They'll match and beat any competitor's price by 10%. With the largest selection of vintage and modern gear and collectibles, War Dogs has everything you're looking for. Open Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. 675 Southwest Broad Street in Southern Pines, or call 910-920-7749. That's 910-920-7749. War Dogs. We offer more and sell for less.
At Pool Automotive, being local and family-owned isn't just a title. It's the lifeblood of our business. The moment you walk into our Aberdeen showroom, you'll be treated like family. You see, we believe that all our guests deserve quality, reliable used vehicles, and we have the inventory and finance options to make it happen. When you buy a new vehicle, the second you drive it off the lot, it's already depreciated by thousands. Before you throw that money away, come to Pool Automotive and check out our huge selection of premium vehicles. We have high-quality, off-lease vehicles, most of which are one-owner cars with low mileage and remaining factory warranties. Something else we do to save you even more? We don't charge documentation fees. Yep, you heard us right. No doc fees here. Come in today. 500 South Sandhills Boulevard in Aberdeen, or call 910-637-0057 and experience the Pool Advantage.
Thanks for help bringing the economy back. One local purchase at a time.
Kind of uplifts you and you feel better.
It's the greatest comeback of all time. With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
The Zumwalt Zone is proudly sponsored by Moore County Citizens for Freedom. Always looking out for you.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. This is not going to be very nice, but I want you to think about your life. Some of you have wealth, but you've earned it. Others are doing okay, but it still involves hard work every day. And some people struggle the whole day just to get through the day. And for some folks, life's been an ordeal and it's got little to do with the choices they've made. Could be losses they've suffered, injuries, who knows? Life is hard. You know who's in the news whining? You know who's talking about all the pressure and telling us that at times it's almost too much? Prince Harry. Prince Harry, a guy who was born rich, never went to Walmart and had to check his balance, never, ever in his life. He's adored by millions. He's married to a movie star. He can do anything he wants. Anything. Have you ever been sitting at home and said to your spouse, you know what, honey, I feel like Italian food tonight. Let's fly to Rome. Well, Prince Harry could do that. He says he's suffering from burnout, serious burnout, and he's going through treatment for PTSD. He recommends everyone take an hour or so to walk the dog and to meditate. Not everyone can do that, Harry, but you know what normal people can do? And I try to be a little bit kinder here. Instead of worrying about yourself so much, try reading your Bible. Try turning to God. I don't have a lot of patience for you, Harry, but God does, and I know that I haven't been much of a witness here, but I'm dead serious. You may be Prince, buddy, but he's the king in the Zumwalt Zone.
An area of low pressure will bring moisture into North Carolina today. Areas well to the west and north have the potential of seeing freezing rain early as temperatures are below freezing. As we head throughout the rest of the morning, we're going to see a warm up. Look for a transition into all rain throughout the day. Highs heading into the upper 30s and mid 40s. Tomorrow is going to be a milder day with a lot of sunshine, highs in the low to mid 50s. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Here on Talk 97.3 FM. 104.1 FM and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Do you know what the date is today?
February 7th.
It is National Fettuccine Alfredo Day.
Fettuccine Alfredo Day.
What? You've got to be joking.
Why would I joke about that?
I'd never joke about this.
It actually is National Fettuccine Alfredo Day.
We should celebrate. Do something. How should we celebrate? We're totally making fettuccine Alfredo.
Breakfast of Champions. Breakfast of Champions.
Yeah, and then I realized I'm not good at making fettuccine Alfredo.
A happy National Fettuccine Alfredo Day.
It's showtime.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sand Hills. It is time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Good morning, Moore County. Time once again to take in the fresh air of truth and freedom found here at WEEB. And, Rain Man Steve, he left us with a miserable Monday morning. So, he likes to do that. It's Monday. Hard to get outside, hard to get any sun, can't get any vitamin D. So, all you hardy Republicans, you might want to find some other activities here this morning. For you Democrats, perfect day for you to get outside because you're all wet anyway. So that's what you should be doing, is getting out there and soaking up that rain. And, stand out there in that cold, freezing rain and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, it's going to be a cold one for sure. Don't forget we're being seen and heard around the world from our website. The videos right there at Talk 97.3 FM or Talk 104.1 FM or WEEB990.com. Any of the three places will get you to the same spot where in the middle of the page is our video link. Upper right-hand corner of every page has an audio link to our 24-hour audio stream. That icon says on the air, listen live. Click that once, you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area, cloudy with rain. High of only 39. Wind chill will be as low as 29. Up to 3/4 of an inch of rain is possible. Then tonight, mostly cloudy, isolated showers. Low of 32 and less than 1/10 of an inch possible. That rain tapers off tonight. We'll go partly cloudy tomorrow. Much warmer, high of 52. Tomorrow night, 29. For Wednesday, sunshine and 60. I'll take that. I'll even take Thursday, sunny and 62. 62 again on Friday, 66 Saturday. Under sunny skies. You can get your car washed as of Tuesday, and it'll last a while. And Sunday's going to be a drop in temperature down to 51 degrees. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are from the northeast at 3, gusting to 7. Pressure is 30.01, solar radiation 18 watts per square meter. Dew point 32, humidity 91%. We have light rain and a few snowflakes way west of here. And 35 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is 8:32 past the hour on this Monday morning. Wish we had good weather today, but once in a while, I guess it's just gotta rain. All righty, let's dive into some things we need to know today so we don't sound stupid. Disgraced celebrity Michael Avenatti on Friday was convicted of defrauding former clients and adult film star Stormy Daniels out of hundreds of thousands of dollars from a book deal, $300,000 to be exact.
He was a Democrat candidate for president for a brief period of time, wasn't he?
While he was doing an exploratory committee.
Yeah, he had to see if he could find some money.
He'd been on CNN almost 300 times and MSNBC over 200 times. So,
and they wonder why their ratings are in the toilet. Yeah,
yeah. They Avenatti got convicted of mail fraud for sending a letter through the mail telling the book company to send the money to him instead of Stormy. And then he also got convicted of, let me think, what was the other one? Golly, I had it a minute ago. Identity theft.
Yeah, he's a clown. He's a certified clown. So, a Democrat, and what else you need to say? He's terrible.
The Kevin Costner series, Yellowstone's been renewed for a 5th season on Paramount Network. I don't get their distribution of that. I really don't. I have Paramount, and there's no Tombstone on it. So go figure that one for me. Mm-hmm. I have Paramount Plus, too. And when I called them and said, why isn't it on Paramount Plus? They said, well, Paramount Network and Paramount Plus Network are two different networks owned by different companies. I went, whatever, dude. How do I get it? Well, you just SOL. It's not available to you, regardless of all your streaming apps. NBC says its broadcast of Super Bowl 56 is sold out across NBC, Telemundo, and all digital platforms, including Peacock. Jim Machiavelli, a Houston area furniture mogul better known as Mattress Mac, placed the largest mobile sports wager of all time, $4.5 million on the Bengals. Put it on the money line to beat the Rams in Super Bowl 7. He will earn $7.7 million if the Bengals win.
Just even odds? No,
it's a little better odds for the Bengals.
But I mean, no over-under and all that kind of garbage. Just straight up, they win. Okay.
If they win, he's $7.7 million. Let's see, $3.2 million to the better. Return on his $4.5 million investment.
Well, good for him. I'll be honest. I was reading an article about the NFL and their tickets, and when you read all the fine print on their tickets, the only thing that you can really determine is that the NFL is an entertainment corporation. They are not a sporting corporation. So I'm not so sure all their stuff is on the up and up anymore. I don't know who's going to win. Don't really care who's going to win. The Rams have won a Super Bowl, right? So this would be a great story if the Cincinnati has not. So, yeah, you know what? I'm not so sure this isn't going to be the.
I think
story.
the Rams won 2 years ago, if my memory serves me right.
They've won a couple. They won once with.
Well, with this coach they have now.
Oh, yeah, but I mean over the years. So I don't know. There was a guy who dissected everything that's in the small print on the back of an NFL seat ticket or seat license, and nowhere in there is there any indication that you're actually attending a sporting event. Apparently.
And I bet you to say most of those celebrities in the house who could afford these tickets are getting them free.
Oh, yeah, sure. It's all corporate stuff. I mean, yeah, when you get into the playoffs, there's a lot of, I don't want to, I almost said graft, but yeah, people sitting in those seats haven't actually paid for them in a lot of cases. In the boxes and stuff like that, I should say. You know, there's plenty of people sitting out there in the, in the freezing seats and the upper decks. Yeah, they've paid for those, but yeah, those big expensive tickets, those are all corporate.
Well, it's being played in Las Vegas, isn't it?
No, it's being played in San Diego or something, and it's in California somewhere.
I thought it was at the Rams site.
No, well, the Rams play out of California. The Raiders play in Vegas.
My bad. They keep moving around. I forget where they're at.
Well, they had talked about all the restrictions that the Governor Knucklehead has imposed in California, and there was a lot of talk, hey, we need to move the Super Bowl out of California, so that you don't get into all this masking and shot record garbage and passports, and let's not reward the moron there in California, but they didn't move it, so it would have cost too much, and California's a blue state, Georgia's a red state. That's why they could move the All-Star game, but not this game and all this kind of stuff. So, it's going to be in California.
Spotify, they've removed 70 episodes of the Joe Rogan podcast. What gets me is all these celebrities and the like come out saying Whoopi should have kept her job because she is such a wonderful person.
Because she's a Democrat.
And she's so smart. Yeah.
She's a moron.
But Joe Rogan, no, kick him off. Kick him out.
Yeah, a guy that just sits there and asks questions about, to the person that has come on to interview. It's... Spotify, I don't know where they're going to go. I don't know if they're eventually going to fold up because it's gaining a little momentum with the people.
They just got bought by somebody. I forget who it was.
Well, you know what the big threat now
Paramount Plus, I think, bought them. I know. Who was it that bought them?
If the big threat now is that Yoko Ono has threatened to put all of her music on Spotify if they don't take Joe Rogan off.
Yeah. As far as these stars pulling their music off, I don't care. See ya.
I
can get you by dialing you up on YouTube. So
other than the occasional joke, I had never gone on Spotify until all this started, and now occasionally I'll listen to a little bit of Joe Rogan. I don't listen to anything else on there. Period.
Yeah. ESPN will produce the first NBA broadcast on a national scale, led by an all-woman crew, both on camera and in pivotal behind-the-scene roles on February 9th. Oh, boy. Just what I needed to know. That's so misogynistic. That is so sexist. Why do we care whether it's a man or a woman doing it? We just want a quality broadcast.
You would think.
Yeah. Hershey said it's running low on Valentine's Day candy this year.
Well, Hershey's, they just rolled over and demanded the COVID mandates and stuff. So, yeah, Hershey's is on my list. I don't believe it or not, I don't eat a lot of that crap anymore anyway. But yeah, these companies that it kind of bothers me a little bit because most of these companies that have rolled over for the mandates and rolled over for BLM extortion, et cetera, I don't buy anything from them anyway. So there's been a few, but very little. When you list all them out, well, I don't buy that. I don't work. I don't eat those. No. So it's kind of disheartening. I was kind of hoping I'd be able to boycott somebody, and I'm already doing it.
I was sitting there watching it's on Amazon Prime, a new series called Reacher.
Oh yeah.
Based off of the movie Jack Reacher, with Tom Cruise.
Well,
this guy's 6'5".
Yeah, it's based on the books. The Tom Cruise Reacher movie. No, I mean, I've read the books. All these. Was it Childs?
Maybe you'll enjoy the series.
Well, I looked at it briefly, and that guy, he's 100% on the physical aspects. When you read the book, it's a big guy.
He's 6'5" and a solid mass of muscle.
Exactly, and that's what he is in the books. And sorry, Tom Cruise ain't it. And as far as attitude, he's got the attitude that's evident in the books.
Yeah, he was approached by 4 young adults.
Right. Yeah.
And they said, we're going to mess you up. He says, well, I'll tell you what's really going to happen. I'm going to break 3 of y'all's hands. And he said, well, there are 4 of us. He says, one of you's got to be able to drive.
Right, to the hospital. Yeah, yeah, and that's in the books. I mean, he's 100% on the physical aspects. I give him about a 95% on the attitude and all that. The dialogue, which is not the actor's fault, the dialogue could have been a little bit better in the little pieces I watched. But he's 100% better than what's his name there, Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise a little too humorous, jokey about it, and all that kind of thing. That's not what the book. The books have a little bit of that, but it's Tom Cruise. He's just not it. This guy, man, he walks out there and it's like, yeah, he stands out in the crowd and boom, man, he nailed it. I thought in the little bit I watched. So and that's the first go round. That was based on the first book. I've read all of them. They're just kind of light reading, But he it did follow the plot of the book, and he was right on it. He was right on it, I thought.
All right, people packing orders for online groceries deliveries are winging it on the substitutions when shelves get sparse. Thanks, Joe. Swapping roses for bell peppers, a thermometer for mac and cheese, and a rapid COVID test for Hall's lozenges, according to the Wall Street Journal. An Amazon Prime annual subscription is going up to $139 on February 18th. Jeff Bezos, I guess, needs another Learjet.
Yeah.
Or a Gulfstream. Well, life is tough. Raise everybody's fee by $10, please. Want to try the new McDonald's New York burger? It's only being served at a couple of their restaurants in Japan. Queen Elizabeth II quietly observed the 70th anniversary of her becoming queen over the weekend. And you can hear Charles go, Mommy, when can it be my turn? When you clip those damn ears, boy. Looks like Dakota Johnson is going to star in a Spider-Man spinoff called Madam Web. And the International Space Station, this is what gets my graw, will continue working until 2030 before unplugging, I should say before plunging into the Pacific Ocean in early 2031, according to NASA. So there's only 8 years for someone to figure out how to hijack the thing. You know, that thing could continue to do research. And I don't know why they got to decommission it and shove it into the earth. Because a whole lot of people worked a whole lot of hours to pay to build that thing. And just to shove all that, just chunk it like, oh, it's nothing. We're going to put up something new. I know we've been stuck in low Earth orbit since forever. And I know we're supposedly going back to the moon. We'll never get to Mars in our lifetime. Because they just move too slow. And that's the way government bureaucracies work. I guess it would be 3-4 more generations before they get to the Mars. If they get to it then. And everybody says, we'll get to Mars in this generation. But there's too many things to work out. It's the dream of the art sale crowd has multiple times a drawing that sold at a garage sale for $30 several years ago turned out to be a masterpiece called The Virgin and Child. It's expected to go for up on the auction block this week and sell for, get this, $30 million.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff like that out there. If you know what you're looking at, take a chance on something.
It's like, when can I stumble into something like this? In St. Joseph, Michigan, the annual Ice Fest celebration. You ever seen that? Everything's made out of ice, and they have all these ice sculptures, and they have a ice hotel.
I've seen one. I mean, up in Hokkaido, Sapporo, Japan. I was up there for their Ice Fest one time.
Anyway, it was supposed to take place over the weekend, but it had to be bumped a couple of weeks because, what would you guess?
That global warming?
Extreme cold weather.
Oh, too cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
What happened to all that global warming? The U.S. is accusing Russia of producing a video that makes it look like Ukraine instigates a conflict which gives them a reason to invade. Yeah. Today's impossible question, 28% of people say they would not get bored without this. So if this was taken out of your life, you would not get bored. What is it that they take out?
No. That doesn't ring any bells with me. Sorry.
The internet.
Oh, okay.
Can we get along without it?
Could I live without the internet? Well, man, just on the narrow sense, paying bills and going back to stamps and envelopes and writing checks. I mean, that would be a hassle. But the rest of it, I'd survive one way or the other.
Let's take some quotes here from Twitter this morning. Elon Musk is out there saying, I'm pro-vaccination, but anti-vaccination mandate.
Who said this now? I missed it.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Yeah. I appreciate someone like that. Trump took heat because he said he took the vax and the booster shot. Fine. Talk to your doctor. If your doctor and you agree that you should have all this stuff, do it. But after that, mind your own business. I really don't care what you think about whether or not I should have something stuck in my arm. And I'm not going to listen to you one way or the other.
Well, I'm on that choir.
But Elon Musk, I guess he's kind of a weird dude, but he makes a lot of sense in many cases, and this is just another one where I've heard what his point of view is or something like. Yeah, thank you for that. So thank you.
He got in rocket business and got him off the ground within 4 years.
Yeah,
took
he did.
NASA 20.
He did do that too. So,
yeah.
But yeah, hey, thanks, Elon Musk. I appreciate your view on that. You're not going to bother me about it. I'm not going to bother you for taking it. So, thank you.
He was bright enough to bring back those rockets to reuse again.
Yeah, that was huge. That was huge. I don't know if he's still. I guess they're still doing that.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I mean that's so regular now. They do that so often that it's not news. You know that they recover their booster engines and all that kind of thing. Actually land them. It's not a matter of recovering them. They actually land.
The truckers in Canada had gotten over on GoFundMe donations of over $11 million. Yeah. And one reader or Twitter says it was the single worst act of political corruption I've ever witnessed in Canada because GoFundMe took it away from them. They say they sent them back to the donors.
Well, if you're using GoFundMe for anything, you know, that's the intent was good, and I know there's a lot of people that have benefited from, sick kids, just all kinds of people have gotten
inventors
a good thing out of GoFundMe. But there is an alternative now. There are several alternatives, and GoFundMe has politicized itself, and so I'm not going to use them. And if there's somebody I want to give some money to, I'll either give them a check or I'll use one of the other, one of the other sites and do that. But I'm not giving them any money over GoFundMe.
Do you need my address?
Nope.
Candace Owens. You see her on Fox a fair amount.
Oh, all right, yeah, okay, I got
bright young lady.
I got to go through my mental Rolodex, and sometimes it just keeps flipping. So
The Rock turning, she says, The Rock, meaning the wrestler, turning his back on Joe Rogan is so emblematic of why these fickle Hollywood types are never to be taken seriously. Right. Remember, fellas, routine steroid injections does not make someone a man.
Mm-hmm. That's fact.
Donald Trump Jr. said, cancel culture really jumping the shark when longtime friends start throwing each other under the bus to please a half dozen woke douchebags going full fake outrage on Twitter.
Okay.
Like The Rock.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, as much as possible, I'm still waiting for Trump's social media thing to get rolling to see what that is. And, Facebook took some really bad hits last week, in the last several weeks. And, I don't use Instagram. I don't use Twitter. Apparently, I ended up somehow with a Twitter account, which I have since deleted. Instagram the same, and I've deleted Facebook. You just don't need that stuff.
Memphis.
Those I definitely can. If it was just a matter of the whole internet, that would hurt. That would bite me bad.
Yeah.
But all that
Social
kind of garbage,
media.
Don't need it. Don't need it. Sorry, I just deleted it all.
Don't waste your money advertising on it because about 99.999% of the time, people don't even see it. There's so much of it, they don't even see it. And they try more and more ways to pop it up in front of you so you have to see it. All that does is tick me off, and so I get rid of it. And you think I'm going to buy for somebody who just ticked me off? I don't think so. The New York Post reports that Memphis BLM founder Pamela Moses was sentenced to 6 years in prison for illegally voting.
6 years. Wow, that's a kick in the pants.
Yeah.
Especially for her, BLM bigwig, and they stuck a foot in it. Woo.
I forgot the name of the guy. I had it earlier today on my tongue, but he's of Indian descent. He's on when I say Indian, meaning the country. he's on Sean a lot, Sean Hannity's.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. His name.
Sue or something. Anyway, he's producing a film which is getting ready to come out called 2000. I forgot what the last name is, but it's 2000 something. And what it's about, they got the phone records of certain people there in Georgia, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. Those 4 key states.
Right.
Where these people, by pinging their phones, they were going from Dropbox, voter Dropbox to voter Dropbox to voter Dropbox.
Yes.
Around the city over and over and over again. And there were lots of them stuffed in the ballot box.
Right.
No one person came up and stuffed it.
About 2,000 people, apparently.
Yeah. And they prove it by showing the ping on the phones.
Right.
That they're doing this. So, and that's how come on election night, everything was coming up with Trump with just a slight lead, and then only to be overtaken by Joe at the last minute, and out he goes. Talk about
well, that's why drop boxes need to be done away with, and we need to go back to in person.
Get off your butt, go vote.
Well, that, or put your thumb in the purple ink like they did. Just something to show, hey, you're done. You don't come back through the line. You voted already.
Yeah. All right, and so it goes for this Monday. Have yourself a great, safe day. We'll see you back tomorrow for a titillating Tuesday. Until then, be sure to support the mom and pop businesses you hear on WEEB because they're part of our economy. They live here, work here, and their money rolls over and stays here. So give them first crack at your spending dollars because we need to support our own community. And be sure to tell them WEEB asked you to come. And also, don't forget millions of Americans have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams and the Leader Man and Nick and Colt the Dog. We'll see you out at the Rainy Dog Park at 2 o'clock this afternoon.